My capacity for a wider range of experience, well, really seems to be exponentially growing. I just looked at my journal a moment ago, and honestly, it feels like very little has happened over the last couple weeks, but I go back in to look at my journal to see if there's anything, here to bring forward to y'all today, and it just blows my mind how much actually occurred. I mean, many OBEs, many lucid dreams, many Kundalini events. So this makes me really happy, actually. That my capacity for these experiences to happen much more is really growing to the point where I can really tolerate things happening every day, even many things happening every day. But the pattern that I've been mentioning to you over the past couple months with the moon, this does seem to be some sort of I'm not drawing the right word right now, but some sort of procedure and time frame or rate at which things happen. So for the last couple months, the moon has been moving toward from full to the new moon, so the eye has been closing. This is when I seem to be readied for more to occur when the eye starts to slowly open. Right now we are, I think, the third day into the new moon coming into the full moon, and I'm starting to get the digital time code. 1234, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a digital time code the energies give me that say we're good to go. Here we go. We're about ready for something to happen. And it's just sort of a takeoff on, the 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready, 4 to go thing. But when I started getting that digital time code, it's something my mind probably came up with as, oh, this is what they're trying to tell me. But now I definitely get that particular time code a lot. When something's about to start happening, faster, more deeply, etc., etc. Today I've gotten the time code like 3 or 4 times already, so the energies know that I'm ready and wanting something to happen, so they're probably just giving it to me in full force right now to ensure me that it definitely is coming. A few of you wrote in from my last video about consciously opening an etheric interlay from within what appears to be your physical reality. And I want to thank all of you who wrote in, especially those of you who wrote in letting me know what happened for you. And I do want to read one of these, just to give everyone an idea of what's possible. This came in from my friend Dar, who wrote, "Hi Casey, I tried your exercise, just now for just 2 minutes, and in keeping with this awareness, I stared at my left hand and noticed it looked twice the size that it normally does and appeared to be floating in midair. My right arm is extra long and appears to be even longer the more I look, kind of like a hallway that stretches. My dresser was the same size, but sort of gently shook to the right and left. My purse strap looked like it was crawling like a sidewinder snake in slow motion. I found myself gently scratching my head, and it wasn't until after the scratch that I that I realized I even had a small itch on my left forehead, meaning I forgot that I was in a physical body and just let some other part of me automatically do the physical act of raising my hand and scratching my head. That is all for now. I will continue to practice this awareness. Thank you. Was so thrilled when I got this letter. Dar's my best friend here. And probably is the person who spends the most amount of time with me besides my care client, Mrs. C. But this is exactly what will happen when you begin to open the etheric interlay. For the conscious or physical mind that's unaccustomed to maintaining awareness in the etheric, which is the entry into the astral or alpha wave. Again, this is the exact sort of thing that happens. The mind's not accustomed to holding this extra light, and a sort of drunkenness comes about in your vision. You start to see things like she just described. But the more the consciousness fine-tunes to holding the extra amount of light, the environment will stabilize. And although you can make your arm grow extra long, or may find yourself levitating, will definitely find yourself being moved by some internal force rather than what you normally think of as yourself. All of this begins to happen. So this is very exciting news. If things like this for you did begin to happen through the little exercise I gave, or through any other means you have of opening up an etheric portal, it just means that you will be able to make this shift. When it comes time to make the shift permanently, you will be making it. Your consciousness will be able to maintain itself through the shift, and this is important. So I was very excited to hear from Dar this good news, and a few others of you as well. If any more of you in the scheme of coming across this video attempt the exercise in my previous video, I'd love to hear from you about what happened for you and how you were able to maintain this shift. Okay, let's see. There's some interesting questions coming in various places about maintaining lucidity and what lucidity actually means, as well as some questions about my use of the term. The brainwaves, we'll just say the brainwaves, and how I draw my lines, so to speak. They're just trying to get clear on what I mean when I say certain things. And so let me just take a moment here to see if I can draw this out for you a little more clearly, or in depth. And I'm going to be quick about it. I'm not going to draw this out because it gets boring, of course, for many of you. But everybody has their own internal sort of vision where the light lights things up in a particular way that allows you to see things in a particular way so that you're able to verbally express things. And the way the energies started lighting things up for me just happened to be in terms of the brainwaves. And so I see dimensional existence in terms of brainwaves. And I draw out the brainwaves into dimensions in the following way. I see 5 particular dimensions. Within each there are 3 lines, or 3 dimensions. So within each of these 5 areas of experience, there is a trinity or harmonic present. Okay, the the harmonic we are all most accustomed to, and I'll start here because it will probably make more sense if I do that, is the first harmonic, the beta brainwave, which is dimension, or the trinity of dimensions 1, 2, and 3. Okay, this I refer to as the conscious mind situation, the ground level self. It's the physical reality foundation. Okay, the second harmonic is what I refer to as the subconscious or higher self or environment at large. It's the what some people would term astral reality foundation. And then that's primarily what I'm getting into at this point. However, just beyond this is the theta and delta waves, and this would of course just continue opening out. The theta is what I call the soul plane, dimension 7, 8, 9, and the next, the delta wave, is what I refer to as a spirit with a capital S, dimensions 10, 11, and 12. All right, so everybody draws their lines a little bit differently, but this is how things are lighted up for me to see in order to relay what I'm relaying to you. The subconscious is the largest territory that seems to have everybody's attention at the moment, because this, of course, is the first bout of opening out from the conscious physical terrain. And most of the people, or many of the people that I hear from, define the subconscious a bit differently than me. They or see it a bit differently than me. They see it as a small area, a personal, private space, where unreal things tend to happen, or low-level thought things tend to happen, caricature, cartoon-like things tend to happen. And I myself do see, and occasionally, not very often, occasionally experience the personal, private space of the subconscious. But this is just a small area of the subconscious within the subconscious at large, in my way of seeing things. And so I wouldn't disagree with those who say this. I would very much disagree. I mean, agree. I would just go on to say what I just did, that is just a smaller space of the subconscious within the subconscious at large. Okay, and so that's all I'll say about this. I have a few experiences that have been happening over the past week. I haven't been relaying this because they haven't been all too exciting or relay worthy in my mind, and that just may be because I have not integrated them fully yet. But there is this one thing that did happen that just delighted me. This has not happened for me at any point prior to this. And what happened was I came conscious in the middle of an OBE. So I was already out. I was on the side of our house here, and I was looking intently at something, trying to understand what I was seeing. And when I came conscious, I saw that what I was seeing was this little foot-high black and white doll person. And I've never seen an entity like this in an out-of-body experience before. And I'm unable to relate to you what seeing this entity did to me yet. I may at one point, but not yet.